Guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about Bitcoin. Finally, this is the day, 24 hours left for our FOMC meeting, whether the Fed is going to cut interest rates. Sorry, how much the Fed is going to cut interest rates and how this could affect Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market, and the stock market. So stay with me until the end because I'm going to reveal to you today every possible scenario we could be seeing from now on, if Bitcoin is going to break all-time high or we're going to see new lows. Of course, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about this crazy cryptocurrency market. Guys, right away, I want to show you something quite interesting. Yesterday with Bitcoin, everybody during the weekend was so pumped up that we went up to roughly $60,000. Everybody was getting crazy. We're going to go now to 70K, 80K, and then this happened. And basically, we went up to this area over here. All the market makers decided to trap everybody in, and then they just destroyed BTC, putting him down again to roughly $57,500. And as I always repeat to you, this one, guys, is a trader's market. If you don't know when to enter, when to sell, and how to buy and make money, you're gonna get slaughtered. However, our VIP group, guys, yesterday was able to pick up this move over here. Bitcoin potential long 50 cent out to 100, 500. We picked up this long over here, and the results are talking for themselves. You can see a nice 20% from here. Shell cat closing 78%, guys. If you want a community of professional traders where we post Bitcoin analysis every single day to the dot, altcoin analysis, short term, long term as well, everything here, crypto chat, calls from myself, calls from my other professional members, you need to join the VIP group. If you want to join, link in the description below. Anyway, let's go back and talk about Bitcoin, what to expect from now on. Guys, BTC is into a very interesting scenario right now, and everybody's asking me, Andrea, do you think that when the Fed is going to cut interest rates, we're going to see Bitcoin going to Walhalla, going to have an explosion? The answer is we have no idea if this is going to happen. So, generally, right, if BTC would have had, let's say, would have hinted of a rate cut by the Fed, we should have been seeing already a very strong pump to the upside. But as you can see right now, we're still ranging around this area over here. The reason why I was highlighting this area over here is because you can see that we have this cup and handle pattern that is pretty much developing right now. It could be either a cup and handle, could be also like an inverted head and shoulder, something more like this, but it doesn't really matter what it is because the outcome is going to be pretty much one. Of course, anything can happen. This is not financial advice, but I would say that looking at this, in my opinion, looking at the charts, could be either a cup and handle or even an inverted head and shoulder. And then if you calculate the cup and handle and all of this is going to bring us in the beginning to a target of roughly 90K, then a bit of a correction, but it could even go as high as 115 to $120,000 for one Bitcoin. When's going to be happening? I would say maybe at the end of the year of March 2025. But talking about interest rates, where the Fed is going to cut 50 basis points and Bitcoin is going to go crazy, and all of that, what I will say is Bitcoin is still stuck over here, guys. Until we're not going to be able to break this area, this we can call it megaphone pattern, bull flag. I don't know how you want to call it, but if you're not going to be able to break this area from here, forget about Bitcoin going to 90K, forget about anything else above all-time high. I don't want to be a bear over here because the pattern looks very bullish, but I want to really reinforce you that nothing is guaranteed, nothing is given. That's why you need to understand that, be in a group where you can trade the charts, understand the charts in order to make money. Because what could be happening right now, the Fed is going to cut interest rates, you're going to see a little pump from here, and then another drop down to here. Easy, down to $42,000 to $44,000. Then from there, we're going to have a higher chance, of course, to go higher. But that's another scenario I can see. We could be seeing maybe from here this, or we could be seeing another drop down to this area and then to up. Of course, you have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy if you want to take advantage to all of this. I mean, looking at the charts right now, even on the 2-week chart, if we open up like things over here. In my opinion, this looks very, very bullish, looks great. I can see continuation coming, as I say multiple times, maybe one last drop to the downside to complete this nice handle of the cup and handle, or this inversion, right shoulder of this head and shoulder. But I would say that eventually around October, November, we should be able to start to really move up way, way higher, because of course, the Fed will cut rates multiple times, hopefully, which could then help the price of Bitcoin to go higher. Now, let's discuss what can be happening in the next few days, just to have an understanding, how to trade this market over here, to show you also my clinical reasoning as well. Not clinical reasoning, but more like trading reasoning. So you can see over here right now we are at Bitcoin sitting at roughly 58,800, and I was saying to my VIP members that we should have seen a pump probably up to 59,200, 500. And right now you can see that BTC is really pumping and trying to reclaim this area over here. So the way we can understand where we can go right now is by doing this. First of all, I'm going to go and drop my level of resistance over here, diagonal resistance. We have one over here, another one over here, and you can see that right now we're pretty much sitting into a potential triangle. You can see the triangle is sitting right here. So what we need to do right now, short term, to be able to, of course, reclaim higher areas, for example, this area over here and also this area over here, is to be able to break this triangle. So we're going to be seeing, for example, from here, we want to make sure that we're going to be able to break this area. And then if this happens, we'll see maybe a retest from here and then go to the next area here at 64 and then 70,000. But if we're going to fail to break this area at roughly $60,000, then we could be seeing more downside coming. So at the moment, what we could be seeing could be maybe a push back up to this area, 59,500, then again, rejection down to here. And then, of course, we need to see what's going to be happening after. Let's also have a look at more like intraday for today, for tomorrow, right now on the 4-hour chart. So at the moment, as you can see, we broke a very important level of support yesterday. I was saying to my VIP members, if we were going to break this level over here, we could have gone and short SUI USDT, which is an altcoin, because usually Bitcoin, when it drops, the altcoins follow. So we decided to short SUI. Here we go, another trading results from Davis right now, longing over here 25%, incredible. And I said to people to short SUI, and you can see from here, guys, just sorry, too many, a nice 14%. Just yesterday, I was just saying into my trading calls, Andreas calls over here, as you can see, to show you full transparency, small pump liquidity grab, but then it should start dropping. If Bitcoin starts to drop heavily, I'm shorting SUI USDT and make money out of it. That's usually how you trade. So yesterday we had a drop from here, broke the structure, and then of course we went short. So right now, pretty much what we need to see would be to if Bitcoin is going to be able to go and retest this area over here, and to be able to break it above. So if you're going to be able to break it above 59,200, 300, then there is a chance we're going to be able to continue to go higher and maybe $61,000 and retest that diagonal resistance I was showing you before. So you can see the pattern over here. So we can be able to actually pump as high as maybe even 60,500, maybe to form a double top from here. So that's what could be happening if we're going to be able to reclaim this area. But otherwise, if we're not going to be able to reclaim this area, which is quite, I would say, likely we're going to continue down, in my opinion. But if you're not going to be able to reclaim this area over here, then that's what I can see. I can see that we're going to go and probably go up to this area here, 59,500, 600. Maybe like that. And then from here, going into our Fibonacci retracement, we can understand the previous level when we broke the structure, which was around this area over here. So we can go down. So what we could be seeing could be Bitcoin to continue its movement down to potentially the golden pocket area, which is in between, I would say, 61.8% retracement and 50%, in between 55,500 and 56,500. So that could be quite, I would say, possible. We're going to see something like that maybe today, if not tomorrow. It's going to be pump up to here, then rejection, and then a continuation down to this area over here. And then from here, I would say that, of course, we're going to see a small rebound to this area. And again, small rebound to this area. Are we going to be able to break this resistance over here? Yes, we're going to continue to pump, but otherwise, we're going to continue to go down. But what I would like you to focus on is the fact that if you're going to be able to detect the right entry point, for example, around here, and then trade this one from here to here on a, I would say, a relatively high leverage of 10x, you can make 20-30% only from here to here in one day. That's how we trade, guys, is very high technical trading. So that's what I wanted to show you, right now, what to expect for probably today or tomorrow. I'm thinking more of a, recoil up to here, grab liquidity, and then down again, maybe down to, I would say, 56,500 or something like that. And then, of course, we need to assess. That's why subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to post another video. Now, let's have a look at other stuff, like, for example, the US 2 years yield government bonds, fixed income. This one has a direct inverted correlation with the Bitcoin, and you can see we're forming right now on the 2 weeks any head and shoulder, which looks like it's continuing to go down. Now, what is quite remarkable about this is the fact that it's getting very oversold at the moment, but maybe we can have a look at the monthly and see where we are. It's getting really oversold. So what I could be expecting from here could be maybe a potential recoil to the upside, maybe something like like this, and then continuation down, but that's not going to affect, I would say, crypto and stocks. But in general, when we're going to see this movement to go down and potentially reach this yellow box down to 2.8, 2.9, then that could be related to a big uprise in BTC. So when BTC goes up like that, in general, you see this one to go down this way. So people are taking money from fixed income, where you give the money to the bank and then give you cash back, and put them into risk assets like Bitcoin, which is very risky, and it can go higher and give you better return. That's usually what happens. That's why people are selling off from here, put them here. And also, the other thing we can have a look as well, guys, is the DXY, dollar currency index, on the brink of a collapse, in my opinion, and looking at the chart as well. So I believe that the DXY is its days are now counted, because we're going to have rate cuts. Rate cuts are usually bad for the dollar. People are going to sell the dollar and buy risk assets when we go into rate cuts. So what I could be seeing from here could be DXY to continue is downtrend trend to probably go down to this area over here, roughly at 95, 96 by, I would say, probably end of the year to March 2025. And again, BTC here, DXY, when DXY does this, BTC does this. People are selling DXY to buy BTC, of course, stocks as well. And the last one I'll show you guys, very interesting, is the S&P 500, which looks like is completing its cycle. So you can see that, looking at the chart from here, guys, the logarithmic chart on the 2 weeks, what is quite remarkable is the fact that the DXY is pretty much, in my opinion, completing a cycle which has started roughly around March with the COVID pandemic. You can see, from here, we pumped up to this area. Here we had a beautiful, crazy uprise with the S&P 500. Then we went from this point here to this point over here, and then we have a big correction, like a bear market. And now looks like, if you actually have a look at this, I'm going to go and connect these 2 points over here. If you just bring it through here to here, it brings you roughly a target to here at roughly $7,200. So looking at the chart from here, I would say that the S&P 500 was into a massive bull flag from here. This was the bull flag. So the pole was here. This was the flag, or even like a mega fall pattern. I don't know how you want to call it, but because of this, then you basically calculate, from here to here, bring it here, and then it gives you like a target of roughly 7,000 for the S&P 500. So I would say in between 60,500 to 7,000. We should be seeing like one last blow off top, which should be coming roughly around the end of December 2024. And you can see from here as well that the stochastic RSI is pretty much on the 2 weeks now crossing over, and we have so much room to actually to go higher and form a potential bearish divergence from here. So that's what I can see right now with the S&P 500. Blow off top up to 7,000, euphoria in the market, and then of course that's going to be happening. Boom, like a nice crash. What we're going to do when it crashes, we are going to buy the dip, and the cycle starts again. But that's what I can see right now, guys. Very exciting times. I really hope Bitcoin is going to really participate in this last melt up scenario and really do something, because right now, guys, has been quite, I would say, frustrating for everybody. But I got very big hopes, for BTC. I think is getting ready for a face melting rally, and then we're going to see nice upside to come. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. If you have a question, leave a comment down below. But otherwise, if you're also interested to join our FTA VIP community, over here is the link. This is the website. But also, if you want, you can watch a free masterclass to understand my strategy. And also, I teach how to make 20% plus per month in under 4 hours per week, utilizing the strategy, which enabled me to make pretty much to turn in 2023 200K into $1.1 million. Guys, thank you so much, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.